Outraged tonight after a CENTCOM official publicly released specific details of future war plans against ISIS. Senator John McCain, chairman of the Senate Armed Forces Services Committee, tweeted out today, quote, "Now we tell them the enemy when, where, and with what forces we will attack them." Unbelievable. Retired U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel Tony Shaffer joins me now. Colonel Shaffer, what is your reaction to this?
This is Keystone Cops level mistakes. I mean, you don't, I don't remember Winston Churchill calling Adolf Hitler saying, hey, that Atlantic Wall, we're about to breach it. You better get ready. This is bad on all levels. We have to focus, Katie, on how to go about stating intentions. That's great. We want to do certain things in the war. You don't say we're coming with 25,000 troops within this time frame and we want to be done by Ramadan. It's totally insane. It gives the enemy total ability to get there ahead of you. Right now we're seeing along Route Tampa, the main resupply line between Kuwait and Baghdad, IEDs that we've never seen before. These guys are already ahead of us, plus the forces we're trying to train, the Iraqi regulars, are not going to be ready. You have on a daily basis the Sunni and Shia elements of those military fighting each other. We're being referees. So we're not going to be ready for prime time in 6 weeks, and it's insane now we're saying this in such a way that will almost ensure failure.
Now, Colonel, my question now is that now that these plans have been published, we're looking at doing something. But taking back Mosul is not a small defeat. It's a huge city. What is it going to take to actually get that job done?
Well, it's going to take essentially three parts, a three-part plan. First, you have to essentially isolate the city to make sure ISIS can't get resupplied. Secondly, you have to then take special operations forces, start determining specific targets inside to make sure that we hit the right things, don't hit civilians. And third, you have to use a decisive military force that's cohesive, that's trained in urban warfare. Our best troops, it takes a long time, Katie, to put together an urban warfare unit. The Marines have done this. They had to take several cities a couple different times. I don't think we're going to be able to do this with the Iraqis. I'm not saying we shouldn't take an Arab force and do it, but I'm saying it's going to take a lot more than 6 weeks to get them ready to go for this.
And now switching gears to North Africa, there is a report out now showing that ISIS plans to invade Europe through North Africa, and I stress the word invade to the viewers because we're not talking about sending a couple fighters in here and there. They're talking about a full-scale invasion. How realistic is that, and is ISIS really at the point where they can pull something like that off?
No, but if we don't stop them now, they're moving in that direction. Three things are going to have to be available to them. First, they have to have a nation-state level infrastructure to do this. They have to have logistics, they have command and control. They have to be able to sustain their forces, train them, and project them. Projection is a tricky thing. The Chinese really can't even do force projection yet, that they're a huge country. But what I'm saying, Katie, is that you have to be concerned by the fact that we have done nothing to deter them so far. President al-Sisi has been using the Egyptian military very effectively to go in there. We need to really back up al-Sisi. The London Center for Policy Research, where I belong to, has a policy recommendation regarding this region to include al-Sisi, to include Iraq, which actually allows for, as the Congressman was talking about, a real strategy to be put forth to go after this. The ISIS folks in Libya have to be defeated. They have to be taken seriously. Can they invade the Pope and the Italians yet? No. But they're on the path, and unless we do something now, within a few years, they'll have that capability.
And we do have a comment from the Egyptian ambassador who said similar things to the Egyptian president. Let's take a listen to that real quickly.
Sure.
We are determined to confront these people. We are not going to allow them to take control over our region. Egypt considers itself to be the bulwark against these extremists, and we take our role seriously. But now, these 21 people, these 21 Egyptians who were slaughtered in Libya, that should be a wake-up call to us all. The international community needs to show resolve, and that has to happen today, not in 6 months' time.
Colonel, is it going to be a wake-up call, or are we going to see them progress more as we move forward?
He is absolutely correct. Let me be clear. The Egyptians can prevent Libya from falling further into chaos. We need to get behind them. Just like the Kurds need to be the ones we partner with to go into Mosul. We have allies, Katie. It's just the president doesn't like the allies we have. He wants to kind of swag off and do something else. So it's time you let the generals do their job to plan real military operations with our partners in the region, rather than having this policy of wishful thinking, which was on in full display in this so-called White House meeting to prevent Islamic extremism. It's totally insane.
Absolutely. Well, Colonel Shaffer, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Sure.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And now new questions surrounding three